You're welcome to today's design. Today's design is going to be a response to one of my subscribers' question, who said I should make a video to show the process of creating a responsive slider in Figma. I've copied one of the screen we designed in previous daily designs, and we're going to work on it. And also I have added a feature of volume here. So when your user taps on this speaker, an overlay comes where user can actually adjust the volume with a slider. So to design this slider, which is the main purpose of this video, I'm going to need text, which is going to be the responsiveness. So this text, I want to make it 18 pixels in size. As you know, the range of volume is between 0 and 100, but for the sake of this video, we're going to make it an interval of 5 so that I won't have a long number in typing. So I'm going to type 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 and so on. This is the number. So, and this number, the height of this number is 21 pixels. So I'm going to the height here and I'll change it to 24 pixels of height. So, and I'm going to add a frame to it automatically. So from the keyboard, I'm going to press Alt Command G to add frame to it. The height of the frame is 24. I'm also going to reduce the width to 24 pixels. So this is the frame. If I give the frame color now, we'll see it. So we can see this is the frame. So I'm going to make sure this comes like this and sit right here in the center. So this frame, I'm going to clip the content so that the content outside the frame will not be showing. I'm going to clip it just like that. And also I'm going to need a background for our knob. So I'm going to use a circle. The circle is going to be, let's say, 32 pixels. And the color of the knob is going to be our normal blue. And the background color of this frame, where the numbers are, I'm going to remove the color we're having there so that we have just the frame. I'm going to drag this. The numbers inside here, I'm going to rename the number and call it num range. And also the frame that contains the number, I'm going to rename it to num bar. So I'm going to select this frame and the background together, and I'll align them vertical and horizontal center. So I'm sending this blue background to the back by pressing open square bracket on the keyboard. I'm going to select the two together just like this, and I'm going to group them, Ctrl G, and I'll change the group to a frame, and I'll call this entire something knob. For the slider, we'll need a kind of progressive bar, so I'm going to use a rectangle for that. So I'll draw a rectangle of the height of 4 pixels. Width of 290, it's okay. Now I'm going to make sure the corner radius is round. Let's increase the height of this to 8, just like this. I'll need a copy of this, so I'll do Command D from the keyboard, and I'll give that copy the blue color, and I'll make sure I reduce this the lowest to show that the lowest volume. And I'm going to make this come here and bring it to the top. So another thing that I would like to give to this blue background is a kind of effect, which is going to be a shadow. I'll reduce the shadow property and 0 on the blur. This is okay like this. and bring down this to 15%. And also I can also add inner shadow to it. So I'm going to take this to inner shadow and adjust the color. Now the range, I'm going to select the two ranges together. I'm going to group them, Ctrl G, and also change the group to a frame, and I'll call it progress. So having these two together, I'm going to select all of them like this, and I'll group them, Ctrl G, and change the group to a frame, and I'll call it lowest volume. So having done this, I'm going to copy this down and call this one highest volume. And this time around, the knob from this side, I'm going to align it just as we have it. So I'm going to change the width of the slider, the back one, the white one. I'm going to check it. The width is 304 pixels. So the blue one, I'm going to select it and give it also 304 pixels, just like this. And again, this white one, I will need to change its color a little bit so that just as you have it. So I'm going to copy the color here, Command C, and select this, the down one. I'm going to change it to the same color as that. So that is that. Now what I'm going to do next is to realign these digits, the numbers we have inside there. So I'm going to align it to the right, just like this. Or instead of 100, let me just take it to, we have 100 there. I'm going to edit this 100 alone and change the size to 16 pixels, or let's say 14 pixels, so that it sits right where it's supposed to be, just like this. So as you have these two, I'm going to select the two together just like this and go to component and say create component set, like this. So after creating component sets, I'll call the component set volume, and I'm going to create interaction between the first one and the second one here. So I'm going to prototype, and I'll draw a link from this knob to this component here, and I'll say on drag should be linear and it should be 1000 milliseconds. Also, I'm going to draw from this knob to this place, and it should be 1000 linear and also smart animation, and should also be drag. So on drag it goes. This one also is on drag, smart animation, 1000 milliseconds, and so on. So I'm going to copy one of these, which is the first one here, Command C, and I'll bring it to this frame, Command V, just like it. So I'll make sure I centralize it. I'll bring this down a little bit, and I'm going to need this icon. I'm going to copy it here, and I'm going to need a text around here, and I'll call this volume. So the size, I'm going to change it to 14 pixels, and it's going to be medium. I'll select this volume icon here, and I'll go to prototype, create a link from this to this frame, and I'll say on tab, open overlay. and the setting is not going to be manual. I want it to be in the center. So this is okay. The other settings is okay. And also I want to add an interaction to this. Okay, so I'm going to drag this plus and bring it to this X and say close overlay. So when this is tapped, it closes the overlay. So I'll go to prototype and change the prototype settings here and change it to the normal iPhone 13 Pro Max. And I'll tap on this play to see what we have. So our app has been loaded. So I'm going to tap on this volume icon now. So the slider comes up. So I can adjust this. You can see how it's responsive. You can see. So, and I can tap on this to close it back. The main thing here is the smart animate. So if you are doing these things and you don't apply the smart animate, forget about it. It's not going to work. So when you want an interaction or a smart changes between two elements in a component, so you have to give them a smart animate while doing the interaction. This is what I mean. So if I come to this and I click on this, you can see the interaction details. This is on drag. This smart animate is very important. If you need to smart animate, you want an interaction, a kind of changes to occur between two things in a component, in an interactive component. So you have to make them a smart animate. So thank you for your time, and I hope to see you in the next tutorial. Thank you very much.